Hey guys, Nick from Weekly MMA Breakdowns here. I'm going to break down the entire UFC 321 Aspinall vs. Gane card, and I hope you guys will enjoy it this weekend. I'm looking back and forth between the webpage and my camera to make sure everything's straight, so we're good to go. Alright, the first fight of the night is Mizuki Inoue versus Jacqueline Amorim. I'm taking Jacqueline Amorim by decision. I just think she's going to be better than her. She might get a finish, but I believe it'll go a decision, and that's that. All right, the next fight is Mitch Raposo versus Azat Maxim. This could go either way, but I think the experience of Azat Maxim in the UFC is will get him to the victory. So I'm going to take him by decision. Mitch Raposo's still very good. I'm from the Northeast, so I'm going to root for him no matter what. But I just think the other guy's going to win, unfortunately. He could win, though. Chris Barnett versus Hamdi Abdelawab. Hopefully I said his name right. I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I believe Hamdi will win because of he's not unathletic like Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett does do crazy wheel kicks and everything, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think Hamdi will get it done by KO in the second round because he'll be more careful in the first, and once Barnett gets tired, Hamdi's just going to take over. It could end by the end of the first round, but I believe it'll be the second round KO. The next is Jose Delgado versus Nathaniel Wood. I'm going to take Wood decision. I just think he's the better fighter. He's been getting a lot better over and over each fight, so I'm going to take Wood decision. Alright, the next fight is Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. I think Louis Sutherland took this little short notice because that last fight fell out and for Walter, so I'm going to take Walker by round 1 sub. Alright, next is Abdul Karim Al-Sawade versus Matthias Camilo. Not to get mixed up with Camilo Ball. Alright, sorry. But anyway, Camilo round 2 sub is what I'm going with. I just think this other guy, because it's in Abu Dhabi, they're pushing their guys. But this other Camilo is just going to be more experienced. He might get a first round sub, but I'm guessing second round sub. So go with that. Alright. Next fight is Mateus Rebecki versus Ludovic Klein. I believe Rebecki will win, but it'll be a decision win. Rebecki's going to be coming in probably a little safer than he has in the other fights because he takes a lot of damage at times. But, no, I believe Rebecki will get this done. Ludovic Klein's great as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ludovic wins, but I just don't think in terms of power, Rebecki's going to have a huge advantage. So that's where I'm going with. Next one is Ikram Aliskirov versus Jung Young Park, and I'm going to take Park by decision, actually. I know that, Aliskirov, he could win, but I just think Park will be able to somehow squeeze a decision, but that's kind of risky, too, because they could just screw him over in a decision, but I just think Park will take this over. He might get a finish, but we'll see. The next fight is Nazareth Hack Paris, I'm murdering the name, versus Quillen Salkilled. But I'm going to take Hack Paras by decision. I just think he's going to do it by decision. It might be back and forth. He doesn't really have knockout power, but I think he'll just pepper him and just go decision. Next fight is Alexander Raychik versus Azamat Murakhanov, and Murakhanov will win by KO in round 2. Raychik had all those injuries. And Azamat's on a tear, so I'm just guessing first round might not be a first round knockout, but then Azamat can take over by the second, possibly get a finish. The next fight is Alexander Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. This one was tricky for me to pick because Almeida is very good and Volkov, but I just think Almeida is going to impose his grappling and probably pull a Derek Lewis like in the last fight. Excuse me. And he'll end up just laying on him basically the whole time. So I think that's how the way the fight will go. I think Volkov can fend off the subs, but he might lose by sub. But I think Almeida will just go the 3-round decision. The next fight is Mario Batista versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Sorry. I ate cereal before this, and it was a bad mistake. No, Nurmagomedov by decision. I just think it's going to go back and forth. I don't think he's going to get a complete finish, but 3 rounds gives him enough time to kind of get back in the groove and get a win to get back to the title. And then in the co-main event for the vacant strawweight championship is Mackenzie Dern versus Verna Jandiroba. I love Mackenzie Dern in this, just in general, but I believe that Jandiroba will end up getting it done. Decision, obviously, is going to go 5 rounds. Mackenzie might be able to do something, but she has a tough time getting up to... She can't, she doesn't have good wrestling takedowns either, so I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm hoping that she wins, but I just think Jandiroba, it'll be like a dark horse, and she's just kind of pull this off, so we'll see. And in the main event for the UFC Heavyweight Championship, we have Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. And this fight will be tricky. This is Aspinall's moment, and I believe Aspinall will get it done by submission in round 1. He may not get it done as fast as Jones, but I believe Aspinall could just blast him with a 1-2 and just basically just take him down and basically sub him, or go for an armbar, or a Kimura, anything. Really, I just believe that Gane is inferior on the ground, but Gane can also stand and bang. So it's a dangerous fight for both guys, but taking Aspinall by round 1 sub. And if you watch this video all the way through, I appreciate it. Please like this video, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, thank you guys.